let's move on to the third section, that is the prediction section. And I'll probably ask you guys the most generic question, and I know you guys would answer the team that you're supporting for, but let me ask the question. Jansen, who do you think will win the first match? But let's add your opinions to it as well. I know you probably might say Australia, but let's share why you think Australia would be winning the first match. So over to you.
I just think the bowling firepower is going to overpower India. We've got a lot to prove on our home deck. You look through the team, there's a lot of answers that the boys need to find. Maxwell, for instance, I think he'll come out and he'd be my dark horse for man of the match. I just think the boys are going to want it more.
Yeah. And moving to you, Susie, who do you think will win the first ODI, and what would be your reason why you think that they'd win the first ODI?
Yeah, well, if you look at the ODI rankings, India's second or fourth. We're not leading the ODI board, as it were. But again, they haven't played for a long time. We've had a little bit more international experience this year, which I think will help a lot. And I think our batting depth is really, really good. We can go down easily 7 solid batsmen who can all pull out big innings if they have to, right down the line. So aside from the bowling that Jansen mentioned, I think our batting is really deep and really strong. And I think based on our level of experience this year in playing on that international stage, I think we, even though we're not ranked highest at the moment, I think we would still be my hot tip to win.
Yep, it'll be interesting to watch who comes out on top tomorrow. But moving to you, Aaron, who do you think will win the match tomorrow?
Of course, India is the answer that I would give. I think to answer to, I think, Susie's proposal of not having international experience, I think most of the Indian players have played at UAE. Of course, it's different from the international pitches, but I think the amount of talent that has come out of the IPL series this time, with both the batting lineup as well as the bowling lineup, I think we've seen some fantastic performances from Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer and the likes of others. So I think they're raring to go. They want to perform on international waters now. So yeah, I think we're ready for it, even though we've not actually played any international cricket in the last 8-9 months. I think we're definitely ready for it, and the banter that Virat Kohli is going to start off from tomorrow, I think it's going to be with a win. So I'm definitely backing India to kickstart with a win tomorrow.
Yep,
he's going to have his voice and the horse is going. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be exciting and entertaining because of the year we've had, and we can't wait to get back in the stadiums and cheer our teams right from there. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes, and we can't wait for the matches to start. But going to you, Sunny, who would be your pick if you think who's going to win the match for tomorrow?
Well, personally, I somehow agree with Susie that Australia have got the upper hand because they have played an international series, although Indians have played in the IPL. See, Rohit Sharma is not there, who has been the key performer when it comes to playing against Australia. He has got, I think, 2 double centuries against Australia, if I'm not wrong. And, it's going to be difficult for someone like Mayank Agrawal to fill in those shoes left by Rohit Sharma. So I think Australia have a slightly upper hand, but if India bats second, and as we all know, Virat Kohli is a chase master, then I think it's India's game.
So it's again the classic heart versus mind game where, your heart says India, but, on the mind or on the paper, it might be Australia. So it's interesting to see who will win this one, and we can't wait for the matches to get started. But going to you, Jansen, if you had to pick, if you think there'll be one player who might be the X factor for your team tomorrow, who do you predict it would be? Who do you think can be the X factor player who can probably snatch the game away from India tomorrow?
I think Adam Zampa with those leggies. I think if they do get their eye in around the pace, Zampa just adds that little bit, and he just always seems to take wickets in bags. So more power to him.
Yep. It'll be interesting to watch how Zampa plays tomorrow then. When do you, Susie, who would be your pick for a person being an X factor in tomorrow's game?
Yeah, well, I'm also a big Zampa fan. I love his style, and I love how he can come in and change a game. But I think also if he's chosen, because the teams aren't finalised yet, but if he's chosen, I think Marcus Stoinis, I think he'll get a spot in the game. He's really good at bowling at the depth. So if we've got Virat Kohli, if we're trying to get India out second and Virat's on fire, I think he's a great player who can come in and really change the game. He may not take 50 wickets, but he can take some really important wickets that, especially towards the end, if we're trying to clean up the last of India's batsmen, I think he could really change the game.
Yep. And quickly moving to you, Arun, a slightly different question. Who do you think might be the leading wicket taker in tomorrow's match? And mind you, this is just tomorrow's match, not the whole series. So who do you think might get the most wickets for tomorrow's match?
My favorite, Bumrah. Yep, I think Jasprit Bumrah is one of the key bowlers that we need to look out for tomorrow.
Yep.
And seeing his IPL performance, I think he's going to continue that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Bumrah it is.
I assume you might be backing this based on his previous IPL performances. And yes, it will be interesting to watch how he performs tomorrow. And moving to you, Sunny, who do you think might score the most runs in tomorrow's game? And who do you think can smash the game away from the other team?
I think it's definitely going to be Virat Kohli, but I would definitely love to see someone like Mohammad Shami doing well in Australia, because if you look at his past records, he has been the most improved Indian bowler in the past 1 year. We all know that Bumrah has been there. He has done really well in the IPL, but not to forget that Mohammad Shami is also there. So, Mohammad Shami, Bumrah bowling together could come in handy against the Australians in Australia